Have to. Major chords. 1 chord. What else? 1, 2, 3, 4 chord. And 5 chord are major. So I can play a G major chord, I can play a C major chord, I can play a D major chord. What can I play that's minor? 2 chord or A minor. We're not going to play the B. And we could add an E minor chord there if we wanted to. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a nice little box system right here. I'm going to do this because most songs will have about this much information in them. For a verse at least, we're going to have basically a measure. Each box is going to represent a measure or 4 beats, and we're going to fill in these boxes with chords. Okay, so what do you want to start with? Well, we're in the key of G, so we probably should start on, yes, the G chord. So start with the G. Now next, what can we put? I like the 2 chord, so I want to play an A minor next. Okay? And yeah, I put that little line over the M just so that everything's really clear that I'm talking about a minor, and I even put it in lowercase to be extra sure. Okay, next, how about the 4 chord? I like the 4 chord next. We're kind of building here with the 4 chord. Okay? And then, how about another minor chord? What's our other minor chord that we can play? E minor. Or the 6 chord. Okay, now I want the next idea of my song to start the same as the first, but I want it to do something different. I don't want it to be too predictable. So instead of going major, minor, maybe I'm going to stick with a major. I'm going to skip over this A minor and have a C. Okay? And then I think I do want to have some kind of minor chord. I really like this E minor, and I know you guys do too. So I'm going to put an E minor here, and then, then I have a big decision to make. Am I going to end this idea with a really final sounding chord? Am I going to go back home to the 1 chord? Or am I going to end with a question mark? Question mark, definitely. I want to. And the question mark chord is the one I've been holding out for, I've been waiting for here, that D chord, that wonderful, fun D chord. The 5 chord in the key of G is the D. So, I think this is going to sound good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to strum through this a bunch of times, and you're going to jam. You're going to jam, play all kinds of patterns, have fun, but don't play this note, evil, bad note, okay? And this, it's not in the key. So it's going to sound kind of not so great, okay? And I'm making you stick to the rules exactly in this class. I'll let you break them in the intermediate class later on because, yeah, songs break the rules all the time. But you're not allowed to yet. You have to prove yourself first, prove that you understand the rules. So you're going to jam on these first strings, okay? What else can you do, though? You don't have to just jam just in first position. There's some of you are a lot more advanced, so what can you do? You can jam going all the way up the guitar as long as you're still keeping to the ingredients of the G major scale, making sure that your Fs are F sharps, not F naturals, and all the other notes are your regular natural notes. Also, one thing that we talked about in class is playing more than 1 note at the same time, or going back and forth between 2 different notes. That could be really cool. And remember in class what we did is we played, for example, well, we did this in the key of C, but now we're in the key of G, so what we could do is we could play a G, finger style that we've been working on in class, okay? Really fun. More. Okay? Or. Oops. No, not allowed. What did I do? No. This. And then maybe. Anything you want, have fun with it. Try playing quickly, try mixing up the rhythms. We've been talking a lot about rhythms in this class, so I want you to work on using quarter notes, playing with eighth notes, quarter notes, half notes, 16th notes, anything you'd like. Have fun with it. Go with it. See what you come up with. Experiment. That's what this is all about. You're jamming, you're improvising, you're experimenting, and hopefully coming up with really good ideas for your project, for your songwriting project that will be happening later on in the semester. Okay, here we go.